Welcome back to ScaleSpeedworks. My name's Mike. Before we get started with today's What Did You Buy Wednesday, I got a shop card in the mail. It's from Chris at Chris's House of Plastic. Chris has a new channel, but man, he's off to a great start. The guy is super enthusiastic. He has some great stuff on there. I'm going to link Chris's channel in the description below so you guys could go check it out. Chris, thank you so much, my friend, for the shop card and for the kind words in the back. Today's video is sponsored by Burbank House of Hobbies. Since my local hobby shop closed down, Burbank's House of Hobbies is my go-to for model cars and model car parts and accessories. They have a very, very quick turnaround. They pretty much have everything that I'm looking for. So as modelers, I can say, and I'm sure you can too, that we have a little fascination with tools. I recently picked up one of these. This is the, as you can see, fine engraving blade, and it's a 0.15 millimeter. So what that means is the blade itself is super, super thin, and it's going to be perfect for scribing panel lines. Yes, like doors, like trunks. So to me, it makes these in a bunch of different widths. So 0.15, I believe, is the narrowest one that they have. And I also have a 0.4, which is pretty wide. So these things are pretty cool. And of course, it's not in there because it's probably in the handle, which is sold separately. And I have somewhere. But the reason you might want to get this instead of one of these, which I love, I absolutely love this tool, is because this is going to give you this kind of a cut, where this tool is going to give you this kind of a cut. So if you want a V-shaped groove, you're going to want this tool. If you want a nice square flat-bottomed U-shaped groove, you're going to want one of those. So that's kind of where we're at. I think this might be a little bit more realistic for some of our applications. Not that this is not a good tool. This absolutely is a fantastic tool, but I think this might be just a little bit better for some of our applications. I've been waiting for this kit for quite some time. This is such a cool car. I have a love and a fascination for Corvettes. I remember my dad brought one home back in 1994, brand new, white. It was such a fun little sports car. My mom was so pissed. She threatened him that he was going to be sleeping in the garage with the car. Obviously, that never happened, but that was still a fun car, that 94 Corvette. He then traded it in and got a 99 hardtop, and that was a very, very fun car. I was in high school at the time and had the opportunity to drive it on more than one occasion. And thankfully, each and every time I drove it, both me and the car made it home safely. So I have a love and a respect for the Corvette and this new C8 body style, the mid-engine. Such a beautiful, beautiful car. And I hear that Revell has just done a killer job with this tooling. I can't wait to dig into this one. The other kit that I picked up, and I'm glad Revell re-released this, the Del Rio Ranch Wagon. Now, the old kits were getting kind of expensive, and it's really nice to have this new tool. And I don't care if it has custom parts or not, because I'm not really going to be using those. I'm going to be using the chassis, the interior, and maybe the engine only. I have a resin body for this. Now, it's a car that I like and I appreciate, but you may not. it's the Edsel. Yeah, we're going to do a 57 Edsel wagon resin body conversion with this kit. I'm not going to get into it right now, but that's the plan on this one whenever I get around to it. One of the other things that I got, and this was a BG recommendation, is this TS101 Base White. Now, if you ever use the Tamiya Gloss White spray, you'll know that it's very, very thin. What you do is you spray a coat of this, the Base White, and then you spray that Gloss White over it. This is exactly what you need. Just because that Gloss White is so thin, this gives you the perfect base coat. I also did some eBay shopping. You guys are familiar with Jay's Resin Wheels. The shipping and the turnaround time is super, super quick. The guy has some awesome, awesome stuff. And when I place an order, I try and buy a couple of things. So we got some wheels and tires. I think these are Mustang wheels and tires that look like it. These are awesome. These are artillery wheels. And it comes with a separate piece for a white wall. These are very, very nice. I'm gonna take these out. You know what? We're gonna take these out. Check that out. That is very nice. And there's a cutout there in the tire. Let me show you. It's for the white wall. So this just gets painted white. Slips in there. Beautiful. Man. That is such a slick looking setup. As always, the quality on these things is just beautiful. You can look at the tire right there. Yeah, that's great. Beautiful, beautiful looking set of wheels and tires. I always feel I can never have enough of these. These are an off-road wheel and tire. It's mud terrain TAs, BF Goodrich. Again, the tire tread is awesome. The printing is just super, super crisp. And there we go. That pops out. Just a steel wheel. And I'll find a use for this. You can see the difference though, the front and the rears. Just really, really awesome looking wheels and tires. And then the reason I went shopping was to pick up this. Yes, this is a radial engine off of an airplane. Printed in 1/24 scale. It's a bottom. It'll sit up like that. Such a beautiful job. And the reason I bought this was because I saw at last year's NNL West a beautiful, beautiful looking truck that had this engine in it. Now, I didn't realize at the time, but that was based upon an actual truck. But I had another idea with this engine, and it's going to be a little while before I get to it, but pretty excited about this. There's the back. The back looks fantastic. This needs just a little bit of sanding down, but if you look, that is a pretty good fit. So I think we're going to be finding a transmission, one that fits just a little bit better. That's going to go right on there, and that's what we're going to do. It's going to be so awesome. Really looking forward to getting this thing into a pickup truck, which is what it's going to go in. And again, the detail on here is absolutely perfect. Just spot on. Super, super clean. Super crisp. Can't wait to get this thing painted up and detailed. Again, if you guys haven't checked out Chris over at Chris's House of Plastic, you need to do so. Like I said, brand new channel. The guy's got a lot to offer. Let's go and support Chris. And if you guys would like one of my cards, my email address is always in the description below. Or right there. And this is my new card. it is double-sided because every once in a while I do a little bit of sci-fi, mostly Star Wars stuff, and I got some more coming up for you guys. I know not everybody's into it, but man, it sure is fun to do that stuff. And you want to talk about weathering? Boy, just go to town on some of these sci-fi vehicles. Really, really fun stuff. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your support, and I will see you guys on the next one.